to the 4th Annual Citizens Choice Awards Gala. Thank you to Kelly Parker and to Norval Ritter for emceeing tonight's event. We have some special guests with us that I'd like to recognize at this time. Grace Enmeyer, the field representative for Congressman Lucas's office. Ryan Kroll, the field representative for Senator Inhofe. And Tanner Roberts, the field representative for Senator James Langford. Tonight we have had some amazing auction items donated by local merchants and community members. I know Norval has given you a little push, but please take time to bid. The proceeds from that goes towards the promotions that the Chamber puts on. About 4 years ago, the Alva Chamber Board of Directors had a vision to bring back the Citizen of the Year and other awards to the Alva community. A committee was set up to carry out that mission, and the committee has changed over the years. But I want to say a great big thank you tonight to our committee. Brenda Hood, Mary Hamilton, Norval and LaDonna Ritter, Jody Bradford, Jody Brock, Christy Mormon, Kelsey Martin, Chet Sheelight, and Sally Eggleston. We also need to give a great big thank you to Bob Baker for generously allowing us to use his hangar this evening. What an amazing building and some incredible planes that we have in here. And if you have not had a chance to read the history on the wall, please take time to do so. At this time, I'd like to introduce our 2018-2019 Chamber Board of Directors. Mary Hamilton, Brenda Hood, Natasha Foster, Connor Martin, Dee Weaver, Kelsey Martin, Van Johnson, Sally Eggleston, and Chet Sheelight. We also have ex officios, Jodan Dunham, Kelly Parker, and Brian Gingrich. Thank you also to my assistant, Jody Bradford. Without this group, the many events and the day-to-day activities of the Alva Chamber would not be possible. As the quote says, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. At this time, I'd like to turn over the microphone to Mayor Kelly Parker to the stage to present our Citizens Choice Awards.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you all for coming out this evening. It is a great celebration that we're able to do each year, and I'm so glad that the Chamber started doing this again back 4 years ago. Before we get to honoring the groups and individuals citizens have chosen to recognize this evening, I'd like to remind everyone why this event is so important. I especially want to impart on the recipients of this year's honors why it is important that they allow us to recognize them and their contributions to our community. So I'm going to preach to the choir just a little bit because I know we're surrounded by a group of people that understands a lot of this. And literally I'm going to preach a little bit. I have a couple passages of scripture to share. The first one is from Matthew chapter 6. It's verses 1 through 4. That's where Jesus said, "Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them. If you do, you will have no reward from your Father in heaven. So when you give to the needy, do not announce it with trumpets, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and on the streets, to be honored by others. Truly I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you." So I know those that are being honored this evening are not seeking the attention they will be receiving tonight. The things they do in service to others are about something much bigger than any of them as groups or individuals. And I dare say those being recognized this evening would rather decline the recognition than accept it, because each of them carries a humility about them and a core belief that it is much better to give than to receive. The second passage also comes from the book of Matthew, and this time it's chapter 5, verses 14 and 16. And there Jesus says, You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand and give it light and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Those of you receiving awards this evening, it is of the utmost importance that others around you learn about your good deeds. In order for our community and our entire world to best serve each other, we need to celebrate these extraordinary and heroic acts made by ordinary people to benefit those around them. And for everyone in this room who is not receiving an award, pay attention to the examples shared tonight. Then find your own ways to make a meaningful difference in the lives of those around you. I'm going to repeat some of the thank yous because I don't think we say thank you enough. I won't do that again. Bob Baker, thank you. This is an incredible venue. Thank you so much for hosting the Chamber's event this year. Thank you for sharing your talents. We'll look forward to seeing you on American Idol. I am already planning a parade, so don't let us down. Mark Nichols and Power Party Entertainment, sound system, you're going to do great, all right? I appreciate you and you coming out and setting this up for us. Alva's Market for the food, all the businesses and individuals who contributed to the silent auction, as well as those doing the bidding, and anyone that bought tickets to attend the event tonight. It's going to help out a lot with the things that the Chamber has going on. Also, the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, as well as the Citizens Choice Gala Committee. A lot of work goes into events like this, and they don't just happen. So thank you all for what you've done. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank Alex and Kelsey Martin, who have, I'm not sure how much work goes into it, tracking down the information that is provided to me so that we can make sure and honor our recipients in the proper manner. But I know there's a lot of phone calls and a lot of conversations to make sure that we have the information we need to truly demonstrate what these folks have done in our community. And so, without further ado, let's get to the award. Our first award this evening is for the Firefighter of the Year, and that goes to Jordan Leon. Originally from Sentinel, Colorado, this year's Firefighter of the Year moved to Alva to pursue an agricultural business degree at Northwestern and to live closer to his grandparents, Ron and Barbara Brady. After graduation, Jordan lived in Alva several years before returning to Colorado. While there, Jordan sold insurance and served as a volunteer fireman for 2 fire departments, Kiowa and Elizabeth. After 2.5 years in Colorado, Jordan and his wife, Dela, Cushenberry, and their 2 children, Coda and Audrey, returned to Alva, where he farmed and served as a volunteer fireman. And in July 2018, he became a full-time fireman for the Alva Fire Department. Jordan recently became a nationally certified EMT and is also currently working on his Firefighter 1 and Firefighter 2 certifications, as well as hazmat training. Jordan said he always admired the firefighting industry. He says you don't find the trust in other professions that you do in the fire department. And I think that is very true. Jordan is a great young man who loves his family and sacrifices his own safety to protect our neighbors and their property. Congratulations to Jordan Leon on being chosen as the Firefighter of the Year. Thank you for your sacrifice and service to our community. Our next award is for the Law Enforcement Professional of the Year. Born and raised in Alva, Chris Franta attended Northwestern Oklahoma State University, where he majored in business administration. While at Northwestern, Chris married his high school sweetheart, Katie, and also began his law enforcement career with the City of Alva in 2009. Some will also remember that he served on the Alva City Council prior to accepting his position with the police department. When asked asked what made him decide to go into law enforcement, Chris said, I just did it, and it stuck. I can't imagine doing anything else. In 2010, Chris became the second canine handler for the Alva Police Department with Canine Gus, then continued with his current dog, Gator. Chris served as a reserve officer from 2012 to 2014. In 2014, Chris and his family moved to Southwest Florida, where he remained in law enforcement with the Marco Island Police Department. In 2017, Chris and his family returned to Alva. He said, we like this community, we like the community of Alva and wanted to move back. We thought it was a better place to raise our child. Since returning to Alva, I've had the opportunity to visit with Officer Franta enough to understand his passion to help bring an end to illegal drug use and stop the cycle of some adults passing this and other illegal behaviors onto their children. Congratulations to Chris Franta, Citizens Choice Law Enforcement Professional of the Year. start by saying 50 years. How many groups or organizations can say they have been together that long? That's longer than most marriages, and that's longer than some people have been married all together with all their marriages.
We went a couple of months and he saw me come down. He said, I thought about doing it. He said, you could run mine.
That is a great story.
It's my time to share. Does anybody know what a five-diamond resort is? Anybody? You've heard of five-star resorts? Well, the five-star resort's like the half bath of the five.
Our next award is going to be for the Business of the Year, but before I announce that, I've got some information I want to share with everybody. Some of you have heard this. Not all of you have heard this, so it's not going to be repetition for everybody, but probably in the weeks and months ahead, it will be repetition for everybody by the time I finish talking about it. I've got a couple of initiatives that are being worked on by the City of Alva City Council Committee on Economic Development. This committee was put together about a year ago, almost a year ago. Last spring, the City Council approved moving forward with an Economic Development Committee of council members. And so they've been working on some things. I will share with you that right now, January and February, sales tax revenues for the City of Alva have been over $400,000 each of the last 2 months. That's the first time that's happened since 2016. So that's a big deal because it's kind of a sign that things are on the way up. And of course, we all like that. I think, even with that, it seems that, and I'm sure some of our business owners would share this sentiment, that you're not necessarily feeling the best you've felt since 2016 in your own shops. And with that in mind, we're trying to put forth a multifaceted set of initiatives to help spur on the whole shop local, do your business local, all about Alva kind of initiative. Too many of our local shoppers are either going out of town or going online to either out of town or out of state retailers. The city still gets use tax when people shop online, but the practice of not shopping in Alva is not good for our local economy, and it's hurting our small businesses. And I'll guarantee you that neither Amazon, nor Cabela's, nor Home Depot, or any of these other retail giants will be investing in our community anytime soon. But you guys that are involved in the chamber, you get it, and you are the greatest spokespeople we could ask for when it comes to shopping local. Some of you may know that Oklahoma is the only state in the nation that does not allow diversity in its tax revenues for municipal operations. And that means that in Oklahoma, there's not a town or city one that can collect any tax other than the sales use tax to support its operations, like fire protection, police departments, emergency ambulance services, and those types of things. And because we are completely dependent upon that sales tax as our only source of tax revenue to operate the city, our council put this Committee on Economic Development together with the primary focus of helping to support our local businesses grow. I'm very excited to announce that this spring we will be rolling out a new mini-grant program to help local businesses to update their storefronts and enhance their businesses. This is a matching grant program for qualifying projects with up to $5,000 available from the city to help out local businesses. So if you are a local business owner, please think about this opportunity and get ready to apply for one of these grants. This will be the first step of several in what I'm calling our All About Alva initiative. We will be working at City Hall to prepare and pass a resolution to spend our money in Alva whenever possible. We will be working to develop a credentialing program for local businesses, kind of a best practices model for local businesses on how you support your local community as a business owner. That'll do two things. We feel strongly that that'll help our businesses grow and that'll help our community grow, but we also feel that that'll help give us a distinguishing characteristic for an all-about Alva business in a competitive bidding process. As most people know, when the government goes out and has to have a project done, we have to have it bid competitively, and our requirement is that we take the lowest and best bid. Well, if you're an all-about Alva business, you don't have to be the lowest bid. We can still use you for our projects as long as we can make it fit into our budget. And the other initiative we'll be looking into is we've started budgeting a portion of our annual budget to acquire property for economic development, so that when opportunities present themselves in our community, that we'll be ready to capitalize upon. The All About Alva initiative will be an investment from your city council in the economic well-being of our community. Our city lives and dies by the almighty sales tax, and I, for one, do not wish to see the sales tax rate increase, and you can quote me on that. But I wholeheartedly believe that if we can help bolster our local businesses, our sales tax revenues will be impacted in a very positive manner, not dependent upon the price of oil, gas, cattle, and grain. We'll be counting on all of you to help us champion these initiatives, and I can't wait to see where we'll be in a year once all start doing all about Alva. With that, our business of the year is already acting like an all about Alva business. The Daisy Village, oops, I'm getting out of order. The girls crafted this one. I don't know as much about the Daisy Village as I may know about some other things. So Alex and Kelsey, I think, set me up here. What are some of the iconic things that make you think about? Can you just taste the chocolate ice cream with that dollop of marshmallow cream from Boulder Drug? Or what about when you sink your teeth into that crushed ice of your Ralph Pop? And for our female guests in the audience, can you feel the excitement of that new set of Kendra Scott earrings you received for Valentine's from the Daisy Village? That's right, gentlemen, there's still time. I guess there's still time. Thursday, you can wait. You be ready on Thursday, all right, Allison?
I'm ready all the time.
Our Citizens' Choice Business of the Year is the Daisy Village. The store was opened in 1970 by Jan Parkhurst. Through the years, it has been owned by several amazing women such as Dee Weepner, Joy Meyer, Deb Klein, and Michelle Mackey. And today is owned by Brody and Allison Bush. Throughout its history, it has been a go-to on the Alva downtown square. Allison had 10 years in retail experience in Stillwater, working for stores such as Cowboy Couture before she moved to Alva to marry Brody. She said she was looking to continue in retail, and Daisy was the perfect fit. Social media has changed the store, she said. Her Daisy Girls VIP page is where she posts daily items for sale. There's a VIP text club where you can be sent alerts on new arrivals, restocks, and live sales. She has a reach as far as Kentucky and North Carolina. That's what I like to see, other people's money coming into our community. Allison also runs live sales via Facebook and prides herself in carrying contemporary looks that you can love and live in, looks that can be worn by anyone from date night to the working woman to the plus size. The Daisy Village isn't just clothing, as Allison has also launched her own Girl Boss cosmetics line. Brody and Allison have recently renovated the back patio, and now the Daisy is allowing the best space available for event rental. Daisy is going full speed ahead in the new era of retail, and that is great for Alva. Please give a big round of applause for the Daisy Village on being honored tonight as our Citizens' Choice Business of the Year. How's it going out there? Norville left the building?
I talked so, oh, there it comes back to life. Actually, I was sleeping back here, Kelly, but no, it's going fine, but we are going to, when you get ready to leave, of course, you need to check and we'll announce actually when this is over who's got what. Also, while we have a moment, next year, make sure that you vote when the ballots come out for all the Citizen of the Year things. We really appreciate, we had a huge number of ballots this year, and we look forward to that growing every year.
Alex says that number is 110 nominations. Sounds good to me. Our next award is for Youth Entrepreneur. This year's Youth Entrepreneur, Caleb Chapman, is known for his startup livestock projects that have grown to over 75 head of cattle, 25 head of commercial ewes, and laying chickens where he sells fresh eggs. Caleb is the 18-year-old son of Jesse and Michelle Chapman. He is a 2018 graduate of Alva High School. He exhibited the 2018 Grand Champion Weather Lamb at the local and county levels, was the senior sheep showman, and has won numerous livestock judging awards. He is a FFA Chapter Star Farmer and an FFA Northwest District finalist for the Star Farmer. He has received a state FFA degree and also serves as the FFA Chapter Treasurer, served as the FFA Chapter Treasurer and Chapter Sentinel while in high school. Caleb was accepted into the National Honor Society and the Northwest Technology Center Technical Honor Society. Caleb is currently a student at Texas Christian University in Fort Worth, where he is studying range management. The average age of those, except this is a big deal, the average age of those that are accepted into the program at TCU is 25 years old. And nearly all of the students they accept into that program have 2 years of college or a 4-year degree. The school accepts 25 to 28 students from across the nation annually. And Caleb was accepted as a freshman with no college experience. He has received $33,000 in scholarships from the program. Caleb said he chose this program because it is nationally recognized, but the words that we all love to hear is that he wants to come back and out to Alva and ranch. Caleb couldn't be here this evening because I'm sure he's studying really hard right now. Hopefully somebody's Facebook Living him. There we go. And his parents, Jesse and Michelle, are here to accept the award on his behalf. I'll just say the Chapmans have been busy tonight because their daughter Audrey was recognized this evening at the VOTEC for having a Technical Honor Society award. So at this time, though, would you please give Caleb a big round of applause while his parents come accept the award? That's great. Our next award is the Citizen of the Year. Years ago, when the Chamber started discussing bringing back the whole awards and recognition program for the city and through the Chamber, it was Norval Ritter, it was his idea to make sure that we tried our best to honor somebody that represents all the values that we want to have for a citizen of Alva. This is what we think of when we think of Alva. We think of these type of people. And this year's Citizen of the Year winner is no exception to that. In fact, a wonderful example of everything that we want people to know about our community. Joelle Randall said she first saw Lacey Gaspard's post on Facebook about her husband Nathan needing to go on dialysis and that he was looking for a live kidney donor. She said she thought and prayed about giving for about 6 months. Finally, she reached out to Nathan to let him know she was interested in donating, and they started the process of trying to find out if she was a match. Upon testing, it was determined that she was indeed a match, and then she started the process. They all started the process of how they go about this donation. I'm told 3 weeks before the surgery, it seemed like Joelle's kidney may not be necessary, and that the doctors had called Nathan to say that they had received a deceased donor for him. But then for a variety of reasons, that fell through, and plans were put back into motion for Nathan to receive Joelle's kidney. Then in April of 2018, the long-awaited surgery took place. Doctors surgically removed one of Joelle's healthy kidneys and gave it to Nathan, saving his life and changing both of their lives forever. And Nathan told me beforehand he appreciates the kidney very much, but he really wanted some of Joelle's height. And maybe after a couple more years you'll get it. Don't give up hope. Joelle says we need to lead by example by doing things for others and giving back when we can. As much as Joelle has meant to Nathan and his family, I can assure you that her heart has been extended to numerous others in times of need throughout our community and beyond. She's a wonderful person, and I'm honored to know her. Joelle Randall, an inspiration to us all, thank you for following your beliefs, and congratulations on being named the Citizen's Choice Alva Citizen of the Year. Please give her a Thank you, Joelle, for being such an inspiration to so many. And as the high school counselor at South Harbor for 6 more years. Many lives have been shaped by her teaching influence and her generosity, and her children, whom are both doctors, will attest to that. A young friend of hers said, to this day, she continues to tune on me about my writing and my English, and I hope I haven't had too many grammar errors this evening. She returned to her hometown roots here in Alva in 2005 and got busy, putting her many talents to good use in many local groups and the Methodist Church. With her familiar saying of, gotta keep moving, she is up swimming at 6 a.m. at the Holder Wellness Center. She is often called upon to substitute at various local churches for Sunday services, funeral, or wherever they need someone to play the piano or organ. She enjoys taking musical and other entertainment programs to the homestead and Alva's nursing homes. Her travels have taken her to many parts of the globe, and some of you may have personally had the opportunity to ride with Rosie on either local or out-of-town trips, with or without the help of McClure Agency. And I've been part of one such ride with Rosie. Rose rode shotgun with all of us, several of us from the homestead, in Todd Holder's limo as we went to Dodge City to play the slots. I've known who Rose was and been around her a little bit. Spend that long in the car with her and you'll understand the wealth of knowledge and history stored up in that brain of hers. And she's the only person I know who admits to having actually seen a lesser prairie chicken in real life. She convinced me they exist. She is passionate about keeping Alva alive and preserving history. She is always looking for places to apply for museum grants or money, helping to raise awareness of the Cherokee Strip Museum. She is always writing articles of historical interest and has helped to write scripts for Night at the Museum, Talking Tombstone Tours, and Talk of the Town. And right now she's busy helping to prepare for the second Talking Tombstones tour coming up on April 27th. Always doing something great for our community. Although she doesn't like to be publicly recognized, I cannot think of a more deserving woman to receive such an honor. The Citizen's Choice Lifetime Achievement Award goes to someone I admire very much, someone who loves Alva today, and someone who wants to keep Alva's history alive for tomorrow. Thank you, Rose Blunt, for being that behind-the-scenes driving force for Alva. Please give her a huge round of applause as she receives.
Museum would like to honor you with these flowers.
I just want to, that's our final award. Good note to end on. But we're not finished yet. There's plenty of auction items to be awarded at this time. We're getting ready to award them soon, right? If you want to place a bid, you're getting in on your last chance. So get over there, place your bids. Money's going to a great cause to help out our local chamber. Thank you all so much for being here. It's always an honor for me to be able to announce these awards. Congratulations to all our winners and their families. And I'm going to turn it over to Alex, but before I do, God bless you all and have safe travels going from here.
graduate from Alva High School. He's currently attending Berkeley College in Haviland, Kansas, pursuing a double major in business and theology with a minor in missions. Jacob has a deep love for his God, his country, and music, of course. Be watching for Jacob. This is exciting. On the upcoming season of American Idol, airing March the 3rd on ABC. So, we'll find out and now he's going to sing another song that he wrote. How are you doing? So once again, nice round of applause for Jacob.
Song I wrote is for all you true, hardcore, loving Americans. God bless the USA. My country, 'tis a thee, sweet land of liberty. I love this great land I call home. No, it ain't the only place on earth, but it's the only place I've heard. It's where I wanna be when the good Lord calls me home. It's flying high for the price of men and women pay, where the bells still echo in liberty from a long time ago. And I still stand up for the stars and stripes, for all the fallen that have laid down their lives. And if you don't like the way I do things, then you're just not living the American way. Living the American way. Let's get back to one nation under God, where a man's good word is all you need and nothing more. Where people are going around shooting up our schools and the media, they ain't putting out fake news. I tell you, people should really start reading them Bibles a little bit more. If our founding fathers saw the way things were going today, I bet you they'd be turning in their graves. But we the people will not be led astray, 'cause we believe in the US of A. Stand up for the stars and stripes, for all the fallen that have laid down their lives. And if you don't like the way I do things, then you're just not living the American way. Living the God bless the USA.